Okay guys, I'm in front of my oregano plants. I wanted you guys to see these. Actually, I trim out a lot of them already and I'll show you right now. You see these? These are all oregano flowers that I had trimmed off. And of course, I forget to film because I'm in a hurry. And look at all these. These are oregano flowers, and I had to trim a lot of them off so that way they don't die out. This plant's been with me for like, I want to say, God, like 5 years or more even. But they've been here for a while. So they've been coming back. Oregano is actually perennial, so but you do have to cut back the flowers around like mid-spring like that. So we're already like late spring. But yeah, so you need to cut them back and then they'll grow back. Everything is edible. So these flowers, I'm not going to just throw them away. And they smell so good. But yeah, I'm not just gonna throw them away. I'm actually going to dry them and use them. So the flower is edible. I use them in steak and when I make pasta sauce, this kind of stuff. But they are very strong, so I season them very sparingly because I don't like too intense of a taste. It depends on what I'm making. Like if I'm making like maybe carne asada for instance, then I might want a stronger taste, or like a Brazilian steak kind of style. But yeah, look at them. They've been trimmed off. I need to trim off a lot more of these, but yeah. And once I trim them off, I'm going to wash them and I'm going to dry them. I think I'm going to air dry them. I'm not going to dehydrate them because they might get burned and lose a lot of its aroma and the oil and everything. So I'm just going to hang them dry, but first I have to wash them. Okay guys, so I'm back in the house and I'm just washing these right now because they are a little dirty because they've been out in the environment. So yeah, just want to wash everything out. You see all this stuff floating out. You don't want to be eating any of this stuff, so just kind of like let the water run on them like that. Because all of this stuff, once it's dry up, it's going to be all mixed there. And especially if you're going to, let's say you blend them up, that's not what I'm planning to do. I'm going to keep them semi-whole. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let them dry up and then I'm going to crisp them up, with my hand and break them all off that way. And don't worry, I already like bleached my sink, so it's all good to do this. Normally I do it in a basin, but I just don't have anything big enough handy right now. But yeah, so I'm just washing them, rinsing them off. Okay, so now that it's washed, I'm going to put them in this basket that I have. So there it is. It's like a basket strainer, and I got a plate in the bottom, so it's collecting all the water in the bottom, and I'm just going to dry it that way. It's really important you try to like keep this guy like aerated. This is why I chose to use this basket with all the holes in it, a mesh basket. But other than that, if you put it on a regular surface, or you can either put it on a flat surface and like kind of lay them spread out, or you can put it in a bowl. It's fine, but every like, day, 2 days or something like that, come and rotate them. And depending if there's good air circulation, like even these, even in this basket, I still have to come and rotate them because when they're sitting on each other like that, the moisture can build, and then that's when mold will develop, depending, like I said, on the humidity of the room, if there's good airflow, a lot of factors, but yeah. And you can hang them outside, or you can choose to even tie them up and hang them up. But for me, the most convenient way is this. But you can tie them all up in a bundle like this, for instance, and hang them upside down. But for me, I just don't have the space to do all of that. But that is another method you can choose to do. But just be mindful that when you're tying them in a bundle, like this part, the stem part, because they're tied together, that part can get like moldy too. And then when you blend them up or store them, that's when it will perish because of the mold. Okay, and plus, who wants to eat mold? Not me. And it's gonna take a few days before it's dry, completely dry. And I'll show you once it's ready, at least more dry, the progression of it. Okay guys, so it's been about a week and I just want to show you how it looks like. Look, it is like dry. Actually, I'm going to dry it for another like another week before I feel like it's completely dry. But at this point, you can see the difference. Okay, so this guy is ready. This is just air dry, and I kind of like circulated like I think 2-3 times now. Okay, so like no mold, everything looks good, but definitely it is not suitable to store yet. And once it is dry, like in another week, I think 2 weeks right now, it's been hot and it's sitting on top of my fridge where my excuse me, where my fan is running. So actually the fan is helping dry it completely, and I have another bin over here to kind of like collect all the dust and stuff like that, or whatever's falling out of it, because it does make a little bit of a mess. But yeah, so once it's completely dry, like right now I can still feel like it's I want to say I would describe it as chewy chewy, okay, instead of like crispy. Okay, so we were aiming for crispy, like where we could kind of like, you know, break it apart kind of thing. So yeah, once it's completely dry, I will store it in a container that is not like airtight, completely airtight. Okay, because you know, just the chances of that it might mold. So I'll pick a container that is like, you know, maybe a plastic container, for instance. It would be safe to store that way. Okay. Or what you can do also, you can crumble up the whole thing and blend it up and make it into a powdery herbs. But when you do that, you actually lose the smell of it more faster. So this is why I choose not to do it that way. And I would like take a branch or whatever. I'll probably obviously chop these down into like 3 to make them much smaller. So that way like they're more easily to, you know, to take out and just kind of use. Okay guys, so it's been weeks and weeks and weeks after. So this is the dry oregano. You see, we had so much. We started off with so much, but look, whatever's left, not much at all. Okay, so this is what I do. I just leave them in a Ziploc bag, and because they're super dry, they're just fine like this. And this is how I use them. So whenever I need them, I just kind of take a little bit from the bottom and I use them. Like I don't need to store them in a jar or anything like that. Plus they're like super bulky. And I like to use the stem for like the soup, because the stem has a very strong oregano taste. And I like to use these to like sprinkle on top of pasta, or like if I make like you know, like garlic bread or something like that. So yeah, they are ready to go. They're done. Look, but yeah, super easy. This is like the easiest way I dry up my herbs, you know, just kind of air dry them and then store them in a Ziploc bag. Super easy peasy, right? Makes your life so much better, because gardening is already tough. You don't need to be, you know, going through all this process of storage and all this stuff too, or dehydrating them. I have a dehydrator, but I find that dehydrator kind of dry out the herbs, take away the flavor, and they dry out the oil, because heat does that. It destroy like, you know, product. And like just air drying it is like the best method, because it keeps a lot of the flavor and everything, and the oil, the, you know, essential oil of the herbs. All right, that's it, you guys. I'll see you guys next week with something cool, something interesting. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.